We had a situation with a CEO that was struggling with revenue growth, specifically the margins that can be attached to that revenue growth. So we were looking for alternative ways to impact their margins in light of their challenges with the revenue growth situation. By looking at their transportation pricing and service models, we were able to save them $100,000. $100,000 goes right to the bottom line because freight savings don't get diluted. They truly impact the P&L. The beauty of that, and based on his gross margins and variable cost structures, that $100,000 savings was the equivalent of a $2.5 million gain in revenue. So we were able to achieve the margin expansion objectives by looking at the transportation pricing component. The other thing that it did was, because that $100,000 goes right to the bottom line, this company was also positioning itself to sell in the next couple of years. Well, based on their earnings multiples in their industry of 11 times earnings, that $100,000 savings increased the business valuation by $1.1 million, truly adding value and delighting the CEO and the rest of his organization. In another example, a CEO called me and told me that their freight costs as a percentage of sales had been skyrocketing, and he was truly concerned that their pricing platforms weren't in line with market conditions. We visited the facility, and what we learned was that their transportation pricing was actually fantastic. The true challenge was they couldn't ship an order complete, and in many cases were shipping 2 and 3 times to the same customer week in, week out, which was driving up their freight costs as a percentage of sales. Through a diagnostic and through a number of the tools that we deploy, we helped implement a sales and operations planning process. We did a value stream map. We identified all of the issues that were driving that problem, including a SKU analysis and a customer profitability study. And at the end of the day, when everything was implemented, their customer retention levels went up, employee satisfaction went up, and their earnings were going up. So everybody won, and it was a very solid gain for everybody involved.